Hi, this is Ramu, Assistant Professor, Department of CSC, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In last class, we have seen data types. So, in this class, we are going to observe formatting functions and as well as the type conversions, right? So, before going to the formatting functions, right? Here, we have scanf and printf. Two statements are there. Scanf is used to read a data from the input, and printf is a statement is used to print your data, your message on the console. These are the two messages. For example, if you want to carry out your string data type, what kind of format specifier you need to use? If you want to carry out integer, what kind of format specifier you need to use? So the thing you need to know. So here I mentioned some format specifiers. For example, if you want to print or if you want to read a integer data, then you should use %d. See here, scan or print integer as a signed decimal number, right? %f, scan or print a float number. Float number, you should use %f. See, float values, you can use %f. Integer values, you can use %d. If you want to read a character type, then you can use %c, and %s to print or read string data type. Let us see with a small example. So this is a small program. For example, here my task is to read an integer and print the integer. Read and print. That is my task. A simple program to read and print the data or integer. Right? If you want to write an integer, first you should use a int data type, right? So int and data type, and you need to declare one variable, right? A is a variable. Remember, every statement ends with semicolon. That is very, very important. Every statement in your program ends with semicolon, right? And next, what you are going to do here, you are reading a number from the input and going to print on the output. That is your task, right? When you are going to read a number from the input, then should use one message. It is not a mandatory, but it is a good practice. What you are going to do? Need to mention what you are going to do. See here, what I'm going to do. I'm going to read a number from the input, right? That is why I should use int, a variable, and I'm going to use a display one message. What? Read a number or enter a number. This is a message, right? We're going to print one message. When you're going to print a message, you should use printf. Printf, right? Printf is a statement. By using printf, you're going to tell in the console, yes, you read a number. See, enter a number and ends with semicolon, right? Now, the message is displayed, enter a number. After that, please remember, every point you should understood before going to write. Next, I want to read a number from the input, right? You just use a scanf. Scanf is a function to read data from the input, right? Here, the scanf, what kind of data you are reading? You are going to read integer data. Just now, we discussed, if you want to handle a integer data, you should use %d. Should use %d, right? And a is a variable. And you should use an address operator, ampersand. Please remember, if you want, read a number, that value stored at a. For example, somebody wrote a letter for you. Then they need to write an address on the letter, right? Like that. If you want to send the value to the particular variable, you should required address, right? So if you mention ampersand a, see, ampersand is a address operator. Please note this. Address operator. It is a address operator. Ampersand is a address operator. By using ampersand, you are going to send the value which you are going to read from the console. You put into the particular variable. If you forgot to write an ampersand, means you forgot to write an address on a letter, what happened? So the address goes to null and void, right? Sorry, the letter goes to null and void, like that. Even if you enter a value, that value not enter into the particular variable, even if you enter the value. That is why. So please remember, in scanf you should use ampersand. In scanf you should use ampersand. That is very, very important. Right? And after that, what is the next step you are going to do here? Next, yes, I have a value. Now my task is to print the value. What value I have read from the input. Yes. Again, printing, right? You just use a printf. Printf. What is the result here? The value is. The value is. So what is the value? Integer value. That is why you should use %d. And the value is available in which variable? A. Right? A. That's all. See, if you observe the answer, enter a number. Now it is asking, enter a number. So you should use 25 is the your input. If you press enter, the value is 25. Is this clear? Now you read one value from the console and print it on the console. Is this clear? Now when you enter a 25, the 25 is stored at a variable. Next time we are going to use the a variable, we are going to print the output of the value which you read. Right? Is this clear? This is the way you are going to reading and printing the data. And for example, if you want to read float value, then you should use float as a data type. Float as a data type. See, when you use a float, you should use here which access specifier? %f. Right? And should use here also %f. Store, and you run this code, it is going to read 25.6, 5.6. Right? If you enter that, it is going to show 5.60000. It means it is going to take by default how many zeros? Float value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By default, it is going to print 6 digits. So I want to print only 5.60. For example, if you want to mention a weight is going to represent only up to 3 decimals, right? If you want to represent the rupees, we are going to represent only 2 digits, right? For example, if you want to restrict only 2 digits, so what can I do? If you want to restrict to only 2 digits, see, I am going to tell you one small thing here. Instead of %f, you just use a 0.2. That means you are going to display 2 digits after decimal. It means 0.2 means you are going to display only 2 decimals after the point. See, if you run this code, and the same input 5.6, then see. Is this clear? Now you printed only 2 numbers after decimal. After decimal only 2 numbers. Is this clear? For example, if you want to only 1 digit, you just use a %f. And if you run this code, even 5.50, 26 point something values, it is going to print only up to 1 digit after decimal. Is this clear? Right? This is the format specifier. And also, so what happened if I print instead of 0, here I use a 10. What is the result? See, that is, if you run this code and 5.6 some value, it is going to give 10 spaces before going to print the first value. 10 values. Is this clear? 10 values it is going to print. 10 spaces means by default the 10 means we are going to use a 10 spaces, means 9 spaces and 1 number. 9 spaces, 1 number. Is this clear? Is this clear? So before going to, if you mention the number here, that means that many spaces are required. That many spaces including the number which you are going to print. Format specifier. Here after point means that many digits you need to give after decimal. After decimal. Is this clear? Like that you are going to mention your input and output functions. Scanf is a statement is used to read data from the input. Printf is a statement is used to print your data or message into the console. Is this clear? See, my name is IARE. Then you should use printf of my name. Means you should put inside the quotes. For example, the value is 7. 7 is a variable, right? See, just now we have seen the value is 7. And read a integer value from the input. If you want to read an integer, you should use a scanf. In the scanf, be careful. Here you should use %d, percentage. Sorry, ampersand. Ampersand is an address operator, right? When you mention ampersand of a, it means that yes, the value which you read from the console, it is going to store at the variable a. Variable a. Like that, you need to use an ampersand. Is this clear? Input and output functions. Input function is to read a data, that is a scanf. Output function is a printf statement. By using printf statement, you are going to print your data into the console. That is the main difference in the printf and scanf. Right? These are the only statements you are going to use in every program to reading around it. All these two functions are available at standard template library. Right? Means stdio.h library. Is this clear? And next we are going to see typecasting. Means converting. See, a data type is converted into another data type by the programmer using a casting operator during the program. It's called as a typecasting. Here typecast operator is a two brackets. See, for example, destination data type, target data type is a variable. If you consider this one, means what data type we are going to convert into the which type. That is very, very important. See, for example, I will show you an example. See, here int is there. Int a. And float b. So float b equal to 3.256. For example, a equal to, now I want to convert the b into the cast into the a, right? Mean what kind of destination integer, right? And I'm going to convert b. That's all. Now if you print your data %d, comma a means c. What is the result you are going to get here? Only integer part you will get here. 3 only, right? But actual value is 3 point something is there. So this is called as a casting. Means you are converting your data, right? You are converting your data to the destination. So this is the target, right? This is the target. Observe carefully. Here destination data type is integer. Now you are going to convert. Sorry. You are going to convert your data into the integer type. Integer type means here a is there. A is a which type? Integer type. What is the data is available? B. This is a variable. B is a float variable. Now float is converted into the integer by using the destination. This is called as a typecasting. What about type conversion? Inbuilt conversion. See here the same program, int x equal to 30, right? Float y. If y equal to x means a data type is automatically converted into the another data type by a compiler at the type of compiler time. So we have two types. Two times are there, compiler time, runtime. In the first class we have discussed what is a compilation and what is a running. So runtime. So compile time, it is going to convert into the flexible data type. So you don't have a efforts here. So by default it is going to convert. This kind of situation maybe sometimes arises some problems also. Right? Be careful with such kind of situation. See here int x and float y. If you convert it like this, what happened? This 30 is converted to 30.000000 means float is going to handle a 6 zeros, right? Like this. Is this clear? This is called as a type conversion. Type conversion means is by default. Typecasting means you need to do using typecasting operator, that is the brackets. Is this clear? In this class we have seen what is the input function. What is the input function? Scanf. What is the output function? Printf. How we are going to handle the input data to the output console by using various data types and various formats specifiers are available, right? %d for the integer, %f for the float, %c for the character, %s for the string. Is this clear? So by using these format specifiers, you are going to handle the data, right? As well as we have seen what is the typecasting and what is a type conversion. Typecasting, if you do manually, then it is called as a typecasting. By default, the program compiler is going to convert into the data type, then it is called as a type conversion. Is this clear? Okay, thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.